like to give advice. I like to take advice.
Okay.
So I think this gonna be interesting.
Good. And then is that a little bit of your background too for the peoples that's just now tuning in for us? Like, are you a barber? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually a barber.
Okay.
Long time barber, 20 years.
Good.
I've been doing it professionally.
Gotcha.
And
That's a blessing.
yeah, but growing up and going through so many different relationships, I didn't know that I had the ability to talk.
Gotcha.
I wasn't a talker.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I find out later I'm a talker.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's common for most males where it's like growing up, it's almost like, I would say forbidden for some to be too expressive, like too communicative? Where?
Well, you know what? Males growing up, you have all different types.
Okay.
You had the types that grew up in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You had the types that grew up in suburban. You had different types. So how I grew up, was not good to express your feelings.
Gotcha. It was a weakness for some.
It was definitely a weakness, and people treat it like a weakness. But when you get older,
Okay.
you have your own family, you have kids.
It's much needed.
It's much needed.
critical.
You have to open up and you have
Gotcha.
to talk.
Okay. And then before we jump into the meat and things of today's topic, which is breakups, do you think that had some type of influence on your relationships growing up, like the communication
Of course
portion?
it did.
Okay.
Of course it did, because I didn't communicate at all.
Gotcha.
I just walked away.
Okay. And I think most males would almost do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's hard to express emotions because from a young age, they teach us, like, don't cry. Don't show a sign of weakness, don't show emotion. And then, like you said, boom, you're in a relationship and she's asking you, how do you
Right.
feel?
A lot of males
Okay.
lose
Gotcha.
their girlfriends, women, wives
Yeah.
from not communicating.
Okay.
They think this macho tough.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Okay.
You got to communicate and talk. It has
Absolutely.
nothing to do with being a male.
Absolutely.
It-
Yeah, absolutely.
It has nothing to do with being a male.
Do you blame some of that too on the woman when it comes to being patient with the guy? Because if he never learned how to communicate, it's almost like one of those of, okay, who's going to be the teacher? You know what I mean? If he never seen it in a household, like who? My question for you too. Growing up, who was your couple that you viewed as, like, I want to have love like them? Like, was it a TV show? Was it?
You know what? It
Parents?
was actually no one.
Okay.
I didn't learn how to communicate until I had my kids,
Wow. That's deep.
because I didn't want to repeat. See, when you have a family, you have kids, you have to break your family cycle.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can have a family that never graduated.
Yep.
Somebody got to break the cycle and graduate.
Absolutely.
So my thing was I had to communicate to my daughter.
Okay.
And I had to communicate to my son.
Okay.
That's where I learned it. Now it was a little rough
Gotcha.
trying to communicate to a woman.
Gotcha.
That was the rough part about it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
when I caught on to it, it was easy.
Okay.
Because whatever you say or tell, that's come from your heart. And
Absolutely.
and a lot of men don't communicate and talk because it always get reversed on them.
That's a big one. I have heard that before. So
When
you're
it-
saying the women to take what they said and use it against
And
them?
use it against
Aw,
them, and
man.
men can't take it.
Okay.
But my thing is, don't put it out there
Okay.
if you can't take it, because you know it's going to come back.
Absolutely.
And it's going to always come back negative.
Absolutely.
If he or she can't respect
Mm-hmm.
your heart,
Gotcha.
then who will?
Absolutely. And then too, I think too, what you kind of pinned on too, of my show combining with your ideas and stuff, I think it works because we can also be that voice for the male figures. You know what I mean too? Like you said, it's okay to show emotion.
I'm
like yeah.
definitely the voice for the male
Yeah.
figures, especially around my age, because a lot of them still don't get it.
Absolutely.
They
So
don't
it
get
doesn't stop. Like they be like, once you hit a certain age.
Yeah, and then a lot of fault is on they partner too, because
Okay.
they partner put fear in them.
Yeah. The women that you're
Yeah,
speaking of.
they put fear in them, and once the women throw something back in their face, that makes the man like, oh, I'm not gonna never say nothing again.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's just a repeating cycle that somebody have to break.
Okay. Okay.
That's
But like you said, it definitely starts in childhood, huh? Okay.
Definitely starts in childhood. When you don't have the positive mother and father,
Absolutely.
and one person is raising you in that household, then it's a problem.
Gotcha.
And I used to grow up and look at kids who had mother and fathers, and I used to admire that
Gotcha. Okay.
because y'all know he or she had a chance
Okay.
to get farther
Okay.
with that combination in there.
Gotcha.
So that was the difficulty that you have to fight through, but you can't. Somebody has to break the cycle and
Yeah.
stop it. You know what I'm saying? And it was my kids, my
That
two
broke the
kids
cycle.
that broke it. That I said, hey, you know, maybe this woman is not for me.
Okay.
Somebody else will hear me
Gotcha.
and understand me.
Okay. And then too, so have you been married before?
Yes, I was married for 20 years,
Okay.
and it was ugly.
Gotcha.
You know, but being with somebody at what was it, 17?
Gotcha.
You know, having two kids at 18,
Yeah.
and you just outgrow.
Okay.
Somebody is not gonna love during that whole 20 years.
Gotcha.
One person gonna be in love more than the other.
Okay.
Then it's gonna switch.
Gotcha. So it's almost one of those, like, if you don't grow together, you grow apart.
Definitely grow apart.
And I think, like you said, for the ones that's listening to, I am a licensed psychologist, so I use this, like me and Singh talked about, as like the street therapy of what I'm trying to do, because a lot of people have a stigma when it comes to therapy. You know what I
Right.
mean? And really, what we're doing right now is therapy. Whenever you
therapy.
have someone to talk to,
It's
and just
therapy.
chop it up.
It's so many men that I talk to in that barbershop,
Yeah, and that's
and
therapy.
then realize because I use my pain to heal.
Absolutely.
You know, and I tell them straight up,
Gotcha.
this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat around the bush.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. If kids keep going this way,
No.
it keep going that way, somebody got to stop it.
Yeah, yeah. But like you said, I think it's so much starting from childbirth, you know what I mean, of who they view as that parental figure of how do I carry out. Like
It's
some of them
definitely
see so
start.
many yelling, even in a two-parent home where dad yelled at mom so much, so
Right.
you got that anger
Right. I
problem.
went
when
through
it
that
comes to-
too.
Oh,
Them
did you?
20 years that I went through my marriage, I went through the yelling,
Okay.
screaming.
Okay.
You know, I went through all that. And
Gotcha.
you get to the point where you only can do so much of that. And
Okay.
you can see that it's not helping.
Absolutely.
So you got to go the other way.
Okay.
And then once you go the way, you're like, wow, this is a different result.
Gotcha.
So it's a repeating cycle, and somebody got to stop. You got to, when you in something and you're not happy, you just got to leave.
Absolutely. And I think that brings us to a good point too. When people realize like you're responsible for your own happiness,
You
like
only, nobody else can make you happy.
exactly. Like they may make you happy for a moment or X, Y, and Z, but you're responsible for your own happiness and you're responsible for rebuilding yourself. So like you said,
Yeah.
just because I come from destruction, I just can't go there. I always
Right,
say I want
right.
to start a show saying and like you tell me at 13 X, Y, and Z happened. And because you can't tell me that's going to define the rest of your life at 15 what happened
Right.
to you. And you got another 70, 80 years to live. So
Right, but you got to understand too, when you have kids, do you want them to go through what you went through?
that's good too. That's good too.
You don't want them to go through that. You have to break the cycle.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
It's just that simple.
So what we're going to do, I would like to take a quick break right now, and then we'll bring in the guests, which, you know, we'll get into the meat of the discussion if that's cool with you.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. One said she's out. and Seam here with me, which is my host, and we just talked about the male perspective of living right now, especially with communication, how it's almost like a dying breed, and I think that's why we're having so many like lost emotions. You know what I mean? Like you see so much anger into these young guys, where you're like, if you learn how to express that anger, things will be differently.
Yeah, I think women is expecting that, even young women.
Okay.
And when a man can express that, I think a lot of young relationships will make it.
Okay.
If that man just come out and express, but he just got this macho thing about him.
Okay.
But guess what? He always express it when he get caught cheating.
That's true. That's true.
As soon as he get caught cheating, nah, baby, I love you.
Yeah.
Then it come out.
So I wonder if he expresses only because he got caught, not because he wanted to, but he's vulnerable right now.
He express it because he got caught.
Yep.
Because he got caught, and because he don't want to lose her, because he know deep down inside he hurt her.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's why he expressed it.
Do you think some young guys even can identify hurt? Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's mixed understood. Like I feel like a lot of guys feel hurt is more so of anger. Like when they're hurt, I see them express it through anger before hurt.
That's what they saw growing up.
That's true.
You gotta understand.
That's true.
Whatever you see growing up, you carry on.
Absolutely.
And you nobody if you see love and caring and talking and communication,
Yeah.
that's what they gonna know how to do. But
That's
if you
true.
grew up in a household where everybody is see, when you yell and scream at each other,
No.
you don't hear anything
Yeah.
until you hear that one word
Gotcha.
that takes that to another level.
Yeah. But my question for you, Dan, is how, like, it's so common in Detroit for that, though. You know what I mean? It's so common where that's all you see sometimes in a lot of households.
You
Where,
gotta understand, a lot of households in Detroit, urban, like my household,
yeah.
in the hood,
Yeah.
I grew up single mother.
Gotcha.
She had to raise 4 kids by herself.
Okay.
I'm the oldest, and I got 3 sisters.
Okay.
So imagine what I saw.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So,
You
like
know
you
what I'm
said,
saying?
do you think having 3 sisters helped your communication because you was kind of forced to talk?
No, because I was the oldest.
Oh, okay. So it's your way or the highway.
No, it was a lot of fighting,
Gotcha.
a lot of fighting,
Okay.
a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling.
Okay.
That was in my household.
Gotcha. Well, real quick, let's turn. We do have our 2 beautiful hosts here. Thank you guys for coming in. We truly appreciate you guys
Yay.
coming in. Like we said before, the topic is definitely uncomfortable topics, no filter. But today's topic is breakup, so it's about to get a little messy because I'm pretty sure you guys got some stories to share. But I think right now one of the quotes that I had that stood out to me, and I want to have you guys' opinion on it, is where does broken hearts go? Maybe you never recover. So do you think you ever recover from a broken heart?
Well, you know what? The only way your heart can be broken, you have to fall in love.
Gotcha.
And because I was with my wife for 20 years, I was never in love.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I thought you can think you in love.
Yeah.
Because you marry somebody, have a kid, and
Gotcha.
build a foundation.
Gotcha.
You don't really be in love.
Do you think you more used to the routine?
It's a routine.
Yeah, you're used to the routine and not
It's a
love.
routine. That's
Okay.
one of yours.
Yeah.
It's a routine.
Yeah, you seen it. Yeah,
It's a routine, and
post
then
that.
one person care more than the other.
Gotcha.
And next thing you look up, 20 years then went by.
Gotcha.
So guess what?
Yeah, you didn't waste it. Well, you learn from it. So
You learn from it,
Okay.
but the thing is, once that 20 years stop,
okay,
is you gonna start a new chapter.
absolutely. What about you, ladies? What do you guys think? Like, do you think you ever fully recover from a broken heart?
Well, yeah, I definitely think that's something that's possible. I was in
Okay.
a relationship for 11 years,
Okay.
maybe 12.
Okay,
So, it took me 2 years to actually recover from a breakup. But,
gotcha.
But I think it's possible. I don't know if it's you can fall back in love with that person, but I definitely think time heals a lot of
Yeah,
Wounds. Yeah,
Wounds.
absolutely.
it's about time.
Yeah,
It's about
Timing is
strictly
critical.
about time.
Yeah.
Everything is about time.
absolutely. What about you, Gigi?
Me, I don't feel like you heal from a broken heart. Well, I mean, like, you learn how to deal with it. You
Okay.
learn how to move on and, go on about life. But I don't feel like that hurt really goes away.
Okay,
Like, a broken heart, that's serious.
absolutely.
So I don't think you actually You just learn how to deal with it.
Okay. Before we jump into the meat, because it's about to get real, which I'm excited for, let me ask you this. Have you guys ever broke someone's heart?
Yeah, I know I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
I know I have.
Definitely.
When I got divorced and I started dating.
Okay.
Remember, I haven't been dating for 20 years.
Yeah.
And when I started dating, as soon as a woman made one thing I didn't like, did one thing I didn't like, I let her go.
Gotcha. Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, it came to my son.
Okay.
Because when I divorced, I was a single parent.
Okay.
And his
Oh,
mother...
so you took care of all the responsibilities, like the mother?
When we got divorced, they gave me full guard. She didn't want her son.
Wow. Okay.
So I got full guardianship.
That's tough.
So if a woman came to my life, if you gonna love me, you got to love him.
It's a package deal.
It's straight package deal. Now I done met women with kids, and I like them.
Okay.
And I was spending more time with their kids than they was.
Gotcha.
And so when I would go do activities or movies or shows or CJ Barrymore, they wouldn't join in.
Wow.
So you know what they did? They gave me flashbacks.
Okay.
This is how
triggered
I
you.
was with his mother.
Yeah, it triggered you. It
She
was a
didn't
trigger.
join in.
It was a trigger.
And so as soon as they said or did one thing,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't think this gonna work.
Gotcha. No matter where
know,
you guys was at.
And I think too, out of, like, I had been single for 13 years.
Okay.
Within them 13 years, it's probably 2 women that I really should have communicated with.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't because I didn't know how. And I let them go. But it's funny because I went back to them and apologized. And they accepted it.
Okay.
And they was like, wow, a man never apologized. I said, see what you said? A man. I had to become a man.
That's dope.
And becoming a man is communication. And I had to become a man because I have to show my son how to become a man so he won't
Right.
make these mistakes. He going to make some mistakes.
Absolutely.
But I'm limiting them the mistakes by showing him this is what a man is supposed to act, do, and treat a woman at all times.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, women. Like you said, how is that? Have you guys broke a guy hearts before? Like, are you heartbreakers?
Woman always breaks them. I know they broke somebody's
You
heart.
can look. They look like they broke some hearts before.
I know they have.
I have, but it was like when I was in the 11-year relationship, it was the beginning. I was like maybe 15. I had back then cheating was basically talking or giving a guy your phone number. So I did give a little boy my phone number and was talking to him, and he carried that into our adult relationship. That's something that he could never let go.
Forgiveness.
So I was, I'm 27 now. I was 25. He was bringing up that same situation when I was 15, and it was just like, just something that he couldn't get over. But that definitely changed him for the rest of the relationship. Like,
Oh, man.
he never was really the same as far as trust-wise or anything else.
I'm going to say this, and I'm putting it on record. It's funny to me because not all guys, but it seems like with women, we can do some shit to a woman, and she'll be like, all right, babe, I get over it. But a
Listen.
guy, you do it to us.
no,
Like,
they
you
never
can
get
kiss
over
a
it.
dude,
They never
and
get
you
over
be
it.
like,
Men
no.
always doing effed up shit
yeah,
to women.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
how it starts.
Yeah. I beg to differ. I would say I feel like it's like a recycle bin where it's,
What now? It's a little different.
like, think about this. I
Because
think,
you see, like I can't wait till we get to this.
Yeah.
But you can see now it's a little different because women trying to protect themselves first.
yeah, well, I think starting off, I don't think no dudes, depending on upbringing, I don't think most dudes go into something saying something as far as like, you know what? I'm about to just be a dog. I think he gets hurt, and that's when the dog mentality comes out. Like, after he hurts. And then, like you said, it's a recycle bin because it's more so of, all right, I hurt her, now she's going to hurt somebody else. Like you said, you're trying to protect.
Because it's kind of like now what I see now, who gonna hurt who first?
Yeah, that's true. Especially this
Who
generation.
gonna be a
Especially
monster
this
first?
generation.
Yeah.
And then nobody apologizes.
No.
You just move on and you just go to the next. But they don't understand Detroit is small.
Yeah. And you become the monster that hurt
Yeah.
you at some point. Like, you know what I mean? What about you, Gigi? You ever broke a heart? Yeah, she
I
broke her
have.
heart. You can tell how she did. I broke a lot. You almost broke your own heart. You almost broke your yeah.
I have before, but a lot of times it wasn't intentional.
Okay.
It was just me being careless and
Gotcha.
my own little ways, want to do whatever I wanted to,
Okay.
not really caring. So, yeah.
Gotcha. I would say too. I think I definitely broke a heart. I think I reached some point, kind of what we were talking about, Seema. I think once I got my heart broke, like you said, you live reckless, where you get numb, and you just do whatever you got to do to try to fill a void. And I think that's where I was searching for validation through women instead of, like you said, becoming a man and realizing like, okay, you're hurting more people for a mistake somebody did, like you said, years ago.
Yep.
So I'm curious with old boy, if that's what was going on, like you hurt him to a point he never fully expressed it, so he held on to it. Because like you said, forgiveness is hard, like especially in a relationship.
I think too, a lot of people, when you do things and you can't talk to others, you got to learn how to forgive yourself.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because if you think
That's
about
huge.
what you did over and over again, it week after week, it would drain your energy.
Damn.
People don't understand what energy and aura mean.
Yeah.
When you have that bad aura about yourself, you're not going to attract nobody positive. You're going to attract the bad person.
That's true.
And I ain't none of this. I'm talking. I didn't believe none of this. But all my best friends are women, and they taught me all this. Then they learned something from me. So I was like, wow. It's like if you don't,
You are
if
who you hang around.
You are who you hang around. But if you don't forgive and repent to yourself,
Yeah.
Right.
and tell yourself that you're sorry,
Yeah.
and then just move on, because you're not going to get that right person that come in.
Yeah.
If you walking around with the aura and all that, like I ain't believe in signs.
Gotcha.
Everybody, what sign you? I said I'm a Virgo.
That's funny.
I didn't even know I was
they
a
think
Virgo.
They know you.
They kept telling me, oh, so now I know I'm a Virgo. He's like, oh, well, you read up on the Virgo, like you love hard. And I was like, no, I don't know that. And I read it and I said, damn, I do.
Gotcha.
That's why it's so important. I'm a big thing of after a breakup, for me and for some of the women I talk to, it's very important to introduce yourself to self-care. A lot of people
Absolutely.
jump back into a
Definitely.
relationship back to back.
Yeah.
And what I learned, it took me a year and a half to be able to relate to other men the way, I wanted to. And I had to take care of myself first. I had to spend a lot of time
That's smart.
introducing myself to self-gratification. I had to love myself again, because when you're in a relationship for 11 years, you kind of forget what you like to do because you're so used to
yeah.
sharing it with
You
somebody
so
else.
used to giving.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So
give them so much,
Or-
and if they don't give it back.
Or, like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I just did a seminar about a week ago, but my opening quote was, people date before fully healing, and they damage innocent people.
You know I read all your quotes, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. And that's why I love
screenshot them and I edit them so I can put them on Instagram, and I send them out there, and people like, wow, what you going through? I said, I ain't going through nothing.
Yeah.
I want y'all to read this.
Absolutely.
Because this is real.
Yeah.
We don't, at the age, we don't, if it's what you want out of life, you want a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
If you don't want that, you want to play around,
Yeah.
then play around.
Yeah.
lot
Either
of
you
people
want a
don't play
playhouse or you want to build one. That's what
That's
I say
it.
coming into it. Either you want to play or you want to build. You know what I mean? And it's one of those, like you said, a lot of people don't know what self-care is because the turn-up phase right now is, oh, and look while we drinking. Don't mind that. But the turn-up phase is just, one of those of, I'm going to numb. I'm going to try to escape reality instead of, like you saying, let me face what demons I'm faced with, deal with that, and get through it. What about you, Gigi? Like when it comes to the self-care, because I seen that you were agreeing with it. Like, have you ever had to really pull away? Like you said, I tell people too, especially my couples, fall in love with yourself before trying to love somebody else. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how can you expect to tell
How
somebody
can you
else?
be by yourself?
Yeah, that's another one. That's
How can
another
you be
one.
by yourself?
Yeah.
Because the you sing the first time, and what?
Yeah,
I finally was dating this woman.
yeah.
I put her out there on Facebook. I thought this
I
was
never
the
seen
one.
him so happy.
He
I never seen him
he
so
said-
happy. I was even commenting like, he got a smile. Like, dude don't show a lot of teeth. Like, he was showing I don't know how many teeth you supposed to have. Is that like bad? I don't know that. But like, he showed all 47
This
and
what
a half.
everybody was telling me.
47 and a half. But
what
like, he
everybody
was showing
telling
all
me.
teeth. And I was like, he's really happy. And I think when you're a true friend, you're happy for other friends. Like,
You're a true friend.
Yeah, when you're a true friend.
True friend.
Yeah.
See, I grew up with his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His dad know the real me. So he know the real me.
No.
He know that no matter what, I don't front, I don't lie.
Yeah.
I don't have to front for anybody. I don't have to buy things or do things for anybody. His dad know me.
Yeah.
He know me.
Yeah.
So that's how we got along great.
Yeah.
But when finally after 13 years of being single,
You made
oh
a child.
wow, I thought I had the one.
Yeah. Before we jump into that, because that's a great opener. I thought I
wanted
had
them to
someone
read this.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
want them to
highlight
read
some
it.
of
Yeah.
this. Gigi,
I want
like
them
you
to read this.
Yeah. Did you ever have to experience like self-care like after a bad breakup?
Definitely. I don't feel like it's just after a bad breakup. I feel like it's after every little
Absolutely.
situation that you
Daily.
have with someone. Even with dating, you still have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Even still, you still need your space, your
Yeah.
time to yourself, all that, just
Yeah.
to stay sane or just to,
That's
you know,
true.
continue to actually be wanting to actually date or,
That's true.
you know, be around anybody for real.
That's real, you know, and then we'll jump right into it. Is I tell all my couples, don't forget to be single. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like you
A
got to
lot
do
of
the
people
same.
don't know how to be by themselves.
Yeah, but too, I'm saying even in a relationship, like it's one of those where do the same things that you were doing to got him. You were still working out. You were still taking those sexy pictures. He was still opening those
and
car
something
doors.
else too. When you meet and be with somebody, they met you because who they met.
Exactly.
You can't stop that. When I meet a woman, don't stop being sexy.
But see, that's the difference. Some people pretend to be something they're not just to get you, and then they change up like after so long, like those True Colors show. So yeah, so let's do this. Let's jump directly into the meat of what was your worst breakup and why. That's our next question. Like, what was your worst breakup and why? And why? Would you like to go?
no, I'm gonna let them go first.
Okay, yeah. So, ladies, what was your worst breakup and why?
Want me to go?
Oh, you can go ahead.
My worst breakup, I would say, I couldn't even say it's the worst. It was the worst. It was just an actual learning experience,
Okay.
and it would be classified as the worst because I actually did and experienced different things with him that I hadn't with anyone else.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I would definitely consider that the worst breakup.
Gotcha. We had a discussion off show a little bit, me and Gigi, about it, and if you would disclose some, not all details,
course.
but as far as, like you said, do you think it played a difference of because you were so vulnerable and you opened up to that individual and then you guys broke up, do you feel like that's the reason why, like, you got a short end of the stick? Like, could you have done more, or like, was it a bad breakup is what I'm trying to add?
I feel like definitely I could have done more.
Okay.
Because I always play the victim in every situation.
You
I
do.
always play the victim, and it's so bad. So after that, after the breakup, I've actually been like learning myself and
Good.
different things that I do and different stuff like that. So that's how I know in every situation I play the victim.
Okay.
So
That's real to say too, I think.
Yeah.
Like being able to take accountability.
definitely.
Yeah.
Which I've never done, but yeah. So yeah, I definitely could have done more. I definitely could have been a lot more gentle because I feel like a lot of times I'm harsh or
Gotcha.
hard or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely play a big part in the bad breakup. But
So is that why it was a worst breakup for you, because you played a huge part,
yeah,
or what was it?
and the experience.
That the experience is what made it bad.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I would say.
What about you, Mariah?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, it'll have to be like my last long-term relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
With
11
my
years.
child's father.
Okay.
Right. So we got to this point where the first 3 years before my daughter, everything was fine. Everything was perfect. He wasn't going to my past. I wasn't going to his.
Mhm.
And once our daughter was born, he just hit a point where he felt like he didn't do enough, I guess, in life. And he started to, create a business and started working a lot. And then I'm sacrificing a lot of my dreams, to take care of my daughter, which I had no problem doing. But, he lacked just, he didn't understand what I was doing. Like, I'm the reason you're able to start these businesses
Exactly.
is because I'm making a
Right.
lot of sacrifices for
Yeah.
you. So we got to this point where I couldn't relate to him anymore. He couldn't relate to me anymore.
Wow.
And, I spent most of the time with my daughter, and he spent most of the time, trying to do things for himself that he claimed was for us. But at that time, I couldn't see it like that. I just saw him as being selfish, which he was. So we got to this point where we just couldn't relate to each other anymore. We couldn't really have a civil conversation without being in an argument. We didn't see eye to eye. So we kind of like grew apart.
Okay.
And that
We just
kind
talked
of
about that. Either you grow together or you grow apart.
right. And it's not that we didn't have the same type of dreams. It's just that he went after his way too soon after, after our daughter. And
Do you feel like he didn't give you the support that you needed at the time? Like as far as like helping as a parent? Like I think some people focus so much on goals that they forget like they still have a role at home that they have to fulfill.
Right, and he took parenthood as him being able to give me some money here and there.
Gotcha.
That really wasn't helping me be a
That's
parent.
the worst.
Yeah, I would.
But a lot of people misunderstand that.
They do. They
use
think
money.
that, okay, I'm giving you amount of this money. This is helping you be a parent.
But
and
some
it's not.
women, not all, but some women make it seem like that as well. Like, all right, if you're not paying, you're not a good father.
Right.
And sometimes, and like you said, where it's so hard depending on who you deal with. Of like, if I'm spending time,
Right.
is equal.
But me being a mother, it really depends on the man. If you're a type of man that spends time with your daughter or your kid or your son, and you're picking him up, you're seeing him on a regular, then I don't think that I should, really lean on you much financially. But if
Gotcha.
you don't spend any time,
Yeah.
I'm paying for everything by myself. I do feel like you should be more responsible,
Absolutely.
at least with financial.
Gotcha.
But since we were together, I was expecting him to do both.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that was just something he fell on, and I couldn't respect that as a woman. Like I knew you for 11 years. You mentioned
You know
marriage,
him.
right?
Yeah.
You
You
know
mentioned
him.
marriage, but you didn't really carry through with it. And if at this point, I just kind of lost respect for him as a man, and it just couldn't
That's
go back
the worst.
from that.
Yeah.
When
So,
somebody you've been with for that long lose respect for you, it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the
Because
good
that
thing
woman
about,
take the good and the bad with you.
right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
That's so
like
real.
it was a bad breakup, but it taught me you can know somebody 11 years and you still don't really know that person.
Yeah.
People change.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the biggest lesson I could learn.
I like that.
That was it, because that was just the greatest lesson. Now I can never be hurt that way. I can never be taken advantage
Yeah.
that way. So you gain a lot from a relationship like that.
And I think that goes into mine. I think, like you said, I think the best thing that could have happened for me was like my worst relationship. Like I think that's where I gained like the most knowledge. Like I was at a go ahead.
From the worst relationships, that's where you get smarter.
Absolutely.
swear.
Yeah, and then too, that's where
get
you learn
smarter.
a lot about yourself. I think I was so young when that relationship occurred where I was still in that mindset of like figuring out who I was, like my identity. So
I didn't know who I was.
exactly. And I think that for me, I was trying to figure out who I was. And by that, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to in a relationship. So I do take partial reasoning for how things played out. But for me, she had wound up sleeping with people I knew. She wound up sleeping with like at some point, that's how you know love is so strong. Because at some point, I was like,
Oh,
I could have
yeah.
even been okay if you slept with somebody I didn't know. Is that crazy? Like at some
Come on
point, I
now.
was like, let me tell you, because I knew.
Come on now.
No,
Look. I did 2 years
yeah,
in prison,
Gotcha.
federal.
okay.
She slept with my best friend.
Oh my gosh.
He paid her.
Oh man.
Then she fell in love with another friend that I grew up.
Oh my God. So you
So-
feel what I yeah.
You understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? Then I came home.
Yeah.
And we still was together another 10 years because we started a business together.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's
You know
the
what I
house
said?
business, right?
You know what I said? I'm going to leave that alone because right now it's about us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever I hope you got it out your system. But it's about us and it's about our son.
No.
She couldn't leave it alone. She couldn't stop cheating.
Wow.
No. And
know what
like
I'm
I
saying?
said,
So
I
I
had
get
to
what you're
leave.
saying, though, that you rather it been anybody but somebody
at
that
that
I knew.
point in my life, I realized like, okay, you're not 100%, like you're dabbling in the streets, so I could accept it somebody else. But the fact that it was like somebody I knew that like crushed me. But when it crushed me, that gave me that sense of like, okay, who really are you? Because at some point, I'm going to be honest, I thought I was like that dude. Like, you can't cheat on me. Like, I'm
Every black man think he's the shit.
Yeah, like I thought I was the shit.
Everyone.
Yeah.
He think he the shit.
I thought I was the
until
shit.
that happened.
When it happened,
you realize you ain't shit.
Yeah, and I
You
realized
just a regular man.
Absolutely, and I
All of
realized,
us.
yeah, but it was one of those like, I was playing college ball. I'm big man on campus. I'm
Come on,
this.
just think about this. I have been selling dope since I was 11.
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
I've been in the street since I was 11.
So you had,
I thought I was the shit. The streetways, like I had one path, he had a different path.
yeah,
It's still the same.
no,
You thought you was the shit. I thought I was the
Yeah.
shit. It can't happen to us.
yeah.
It happened to both of
It
us.
happened, but like I said, out of that, I realized like when you're not calling a woman, somebody else is like trying to beat her phone down to talk to her. When you're not
Definitely.
spending time with a woman, somebody else. So
That
when I'm doing
time.
my dirt,
Definitely.
That
she
time.
was looking for security. So like I said, I don't take full blame for it. I do take, like I said, the way she did it with the people she did it with. I wouldn't wish that pain on somebody else. But
That's
like you
some
said,
ugly pain.
yeah, that's the worst pain that you can feel. But
yeah.
other than that, like I said, I learned more from that situation than I think I ever learned from anything else. And that's something school can't teach you. Like how to get over pain, how to forgive.
no.
And like you said, how to forgive yourself. Like I had to say,
You have to.
this wasn't my full fault. Like it's nothing I could have done to make like the situation even better. Like even trying, like you said, you would try after. And I was like you said, you're not who you pretended to be. Like I thought I knew you, and you were against everything else. So what we can do now is, like I said, the real meat of the story is yours, because this is recent, correct?
This is recent.
Okay.
Like we could do this in the second half because I want one of them to read this.
Okay. So what we can do,
And I'm not gonna be honest with you. Throughout being married for 20, dating, I have been dating for 13 years. When I want you, I'm gonna show you.
no,
Right.
It ain't about words, it's about
by
action.
actions.
And so I went through a lot of dating, bad relationships, and 90% of my relationship ended because of my son.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 28-year-old son that has autism,
Mm-hmm.
cognitive impairment, and he has seizures. Full guardianship of him. Mother don't want him. She ain't seen him 10, 15 years.
Wow.
No, I'm serious.
No.
I'm serious. He know.
I know.
I'm serious.
The whole lot.
I've been raising my son by myself. No help. You know, only help I
And she
get.
hasn't seen him at all?
She hasn't seen him. She haven't financially seen him. She haven't emotionally seen him. She walked away from it when the courts did what they needed to do, right? And guess what she do for a living? Right now, she's a millionaire
What?
from a business that we started, right?
This is
No.
all facts.
And she's
this
a
is all
special.
facts. This
She's
is
a
all
special ed teacher
Are you serious?
No,
is
she's
facts.
not.
with
This
a
is
master's degree.
This is
Okay.
facts.
Wow.
Now, let me tell
She
you
has a
something. Let me tell you about
problem.
me. I've been selling dope since I was 11. Never had a high school diploma. My son just graduated January 27 with college 3.0.
No.
He just graduated this
In
year.
college.
Everything on Facebook,
Yeah.
right? I just got my high school diploma. I'm in college right now to get my BA.
No.
You know what my son said to me when he graduated? He said, "Dad, now it's your turn."
That's amazing.
That's what he told me. So that's what I've been doing in school right now to get mines.
No.
I'm 48 years old.
But it doesn't
It's
stop
never too
there.
late.
No,
It
never
don't
too
stop. Age don't stop
I'm
anything.
happy you said that, because I think before we take this break, I think a lot of people do view age like, I tell people, don't let time bully your own time clock. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, I should have been did it. Like you said, your dreams or something. Like it's never
Nah,
too late.
And it's funny too because women meet me and get scared
They're intimidating.
because I tell her like how it is. I got my shit together. 9 out of 10, my credit score higher than yours. You know, but first thing first is my son. If you can't love him, and then when I finally let somebody in,
Which in this case,
they couldn't handle it.
no.
You know,
That
so I
hurt.
just walk away, and it hurt because I let my guard down. Because, like I said, I had her all on Facebook.
Oh, so this
And-
is recent.
Oh, this
That's
is
why I
recent.
said it's about to get.
Yeah.
Hey, let's sip the tea. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go on a quick break, and then what we'll do is we'll get some more tea, and we about to get to it. Y'all want and it's time to get in the nitty gritty. Before we left off, we were discussing this email that came out. We call it.
Like, yeah,
it's about to get real.
Yeah.
We call it the John.
Wait till she read that.
Okay, what do you call the email?
What?
The John.
I call it a Dear John
letter.
I didn't get it when I was in jail.
Okay. Okay. So if you could read some of the email that
No, she got to read all of it.
Okay.
She got to read all of it.
And this
Yeah,
is
it's gonna go through quick, but a lot of it just a bunch of babbling.
yeah. I mean this is
Stuff
the,
I already knew.
and this the email that she sent you after y'all broke up. And this
It's
is
the email she sent me that she couldn't talk to me and tell me in my face. Now remember, she's 48.
Okay.
I'm 48. We extra grown. You should have been able to tell me this in my face.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, the letter says, "I wrote this in the AM, but I thought it'd be best to send it after you were off work. I let my life become more casual with God and let
why
the
you got your sexy
insecurities-
voice on? I'm sorry, but she
Leave
gonna try to put. Okay, my
leave
bad.
her
Go.
alone.
She sounds so cute
Yeah,
though.
why she trying to put her sexy
yes,
voice
she
on?
do.
Like,
Yes, she does.
okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yes, she do.
Put-
with God and let the insecurities of not being enough that I worked through came back. So I acted out in emotion instead of telling you I was starting to struggle. I know some of your past, but you really know nothing about mine except for a couple of relationships and 2 failed miscarriages. I grew up with a single, hardworking, loving mother that dealt with depression off and on, but she did and still remains to do all she can for all she knows. And a father that left my brother and I when I was 3, but our relationship bloomed when I gave birth to Renisha, and now strained for this last bit. And then my mother moved to Detroit with her BF when I was 16, and I lived with my dad, really a man I didn't know, and his wife until I graduated from high school. I lived on my own after that. Attending church and learning of God's greatness was still instilled in us from birth to young teenage years, and then as an adult. This is no pity party or an excuse, just a part of me. I lost the baby 3 months into pregnancy, got my tubes tied to protect from any other chances of losing a baby, and regretted it. Went to marital counseling and individual counseling, endured struggles, the hardest which were the death of Nana Jones and Jane. God put me back together. I was happy, besides being bitter from a second miscarriage that should have never taken place. I always enjoyed my small circle of people around me and worked. Meeting you was an all-time high, aside from Anisha and Aaliyah. I prayed for you, and just as excited to have more family to love, enjoy, work with, explore, and share things with, you came with a larger family, friend, base, and such an outgoing, hardworking personality that was amazing. I accepted things that weren't familiar to my prior relationships, such as your female friends, but I liked the ones I met. And you included me in your life fully as I did mine. No arguments, a lot of communication, family outings, new home cooked meals, TV, snuggle time, etc. All what I prayed for. And then my first feeling of shift. Yes, a day with a 5-minute phone call triggered it, followed by a little unrest afterwards. I expressed it not for you to fix anything, just to be heard, and I didn't communicate again. I knew you had a lot going on and not to say anymore. My mind said, is this the beginning of the end? Just as you said you felt something different coming into a new year. I completely overreacted and didn't let it take its course and work out itself. I didn't express it to you. I didn't pray on it like I should have. It cost everything I wanted to pray for. Our family, our relationship, our friendship. It cost us all peace. I know to live and prosper, faith works, and committed walks with God are the only way. I not only hurt 2 people I greatly known to love so quickly, but I put expectations on others that were realistic. I need God. I need to pray a lot more and to study His Word and learn from others like-minded. I listened to you. I prayed our strength and peace, gave opinions and did things around the house, etc., just as you gave of yourself. Then tragically, I messed up by walking away from you. I hurt the man I love more than anything and others in the process. You trusted me and I let you down, and I'm praying over all of this that God will again in time reveal to you and I will prove to you. I have greatness and strength, that I am loving and reliable, committed, consistent, and helpmate for you and all family. And I will again ask for your forgiveness.
Hey, shout out to Mariah with the sexy voice.
I was just about to say that. Let's start by saying her voice is amazing.
Yeah, but
okay?
didn't that sound like the thing at the funeral?
That's
little eulogy,
real
like you
sexy
be like,
voice,
you just wrote your little death out, okay?
It made it sound sexy.
Yeah, no,
I'm
girl.
gonna call you with a problem. Just talk to me on the
Low
phone.
key, I heard she was doing the little sex talks at night. She's like, you know when you call it like sex one, like, hello. My name is Trigger Trey. Like hey, when she was talking, I was trying to sound sexy. Like I wanted to make my voice. Like I wanted to just come on like, hello.
Hey,
woo. Yeah, but that's deep, like you said. And I think before we jump into it, I want to highlight this, especially for this show. One. No offense to any woman out there, but I think guys get the short end of the stick now of the good guy versus the bad guy. Like, I think they highlight more of the bad than there is actually good guys out here that they're trying. Like, you can hear even in an email of he was doing everything he was supposed to. And then this is something, put the gun back in your mouth. He was doing everything. He was doing everything he was supposed to.
that's because I wanted to be there.
Yeah,
Right,
but
yeah, you can tell
but
that just
she
from
wanted
reading
to
the
be
email.
there.
But she left out the most important part. She wound up sending all of that and wound up going back to her ex-husband. So
Are you
that was
serious?
all a cover-up.
It was all a cover
Yeah, it
up.
was.
And then explain, if you will, this is totally up to you, even the additional steps she took of calling the CPS, calling...
Yeah, well, even after all of that,
This showtime, boy.
because
So was this
I
after
have-
the email?
yeah,
Okay.
all this was after the email.
Okay.
So
After
she
he
ended up
stopped giving her
calling, DHS, and she told them that I was verbally and physically abusing my son.
He a single
She
father.
also
been there.
told them that he didn't eat healthy until she came into my life. Besides stealing my Macy's, erasing all my emails, stealing my ID, Social Security card. All this came
She's from-
later. Tried to break into my Gmail. She erased that email that you read. She tried to erase all my emails to erase that, but she don't understand. I had sent it to people, and she didn't erase the sent. That's how I still have it. Now, remember, I can understand if this was young people.
Yeah, no, that's
Exactly.
I'm 48. She's 48.
That's why I said
keep going.
maturity. That's
Now, this is a woman that I took to see my mother twice in Orlando. I'm from Miami.
Nice.
I took her to see her
from
twice.
Virginia.
Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas was with me and mine. And I met her at the time where my son was away at school. MCTI, Special Need College, Special Needs Student.
graduated 3.0.
She came right in. And I was like, and the reason why people say, well, you know, Cassine, you know, I know you loved her and you was in love with her. I said, let me tell you why I was in love with her. Because I was married for 20 years, and I never knew what it felt like for a woman to take care of me.
I'm gonna
People
say
look
this.
like,
Yeah,
that
that
way
face
she
you
looked,
just
that
made.
face
Yeah.
she just looked like, what you mean take care of you?
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with money.
No, I know the
know
face she
that,
make
but
because
how can you be married to have a husband
yeah.
and
But
not
you-
take
take
care of
care
But
of
you
him?
gotta think.
Because-
But you gotta
because
think like this.
Me and my wife relationship was based on money. See, you understand.
That's real. A lot
My
of
wife, when I
relationships
got with
are,
her,
give me a
I was
bag.
17, she was 15. She had my son at 15 years old. He was born 5 months, 1 pound. He came out with difficulties.
Okay.
So that time, I had been selling dope since I was 11.
Right.
Everything about me was about fast money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
That makes
when
sense.
things got better, like
You wanted more.
I cashed out my first house at 21 years old, 50,000. It was unheard of back in 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole life, and then when I got caught and I went to prison and did my time, I came home. As soon as I got home and I got settled, my son said, "Dad, you can't go away no more." So, and my daughter was like, "Dad, I can't lose you." So from that point on, from 2000, I've been working my ass off to straighten my life. And guess what? The same stuff that I had selling dope,
You have
I got
now.
the same shit now.
That's
working,
the realest thing. A legal job.
same shit.
That is the realest
My
thing.
credit
Yeah,
score
because
even
a lot-
higher.
Man.
Like
But
the easy way.
a lot of young
That's
boys
amazing.
don't view it that way. Like they feel like if
They
I'm
losing
not
out.
selling, if I'm not selling, I
But
can't
they
get all
don't
of that.
understand too is that you can do all the legal activities you want.
No,
Have a credit score.
no,
Have a driver's license.
no.
You know,
Have lawyer
some,
fees though. Like I'm not being funny.
have a
but-
bank account.
Yeah, but my thing.
So guess what? When he get with a woman with like one of y'all, he got something to offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what
Because
do
y'all got something to work with. Because if he fall on his face, like, oh well, you know, I got a man, but he just need a little guidance.
Exactly.
Everybody need guidance.
Definitely.
I don't care. Even I'm 48, I still need a little bit, just a little bit. Everybody need God. Everybody needs somebody to pat them on the shoulder, like, baby, it's gonna be all right.
Hey, the post I posted not too long. A lot of y'all are going too far when she's looking for something deeper than your pockets.
Women are deep.
Like, yeah, like she
You know,
needs something more
when you
than
get
just those pockets.
when you
Okay,
get a
RT.
good
Yeah, you
woman,
like that.
when you
Yeah,
get
I
a
did that.
good woman on your team, she take the bad
She
for the
elevates you.
good,
She elevates
and she elevate you. She give you the strength
Anything
to let you know.
give to a woman, she makes better. You give her
Mm-hmm.
groceries, she makes food. She gives you a house, she makes it a home. You give her semen, she makes it a baby. So, like you said, having that right woman, but like you said too, in a sense of, it's tough coming from how some of these women look. Like your face that you made, clear face. But think about it, more women ask more about a bag or what can you do for me instead of what can they give.
That's how they been trained.
Yeah, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They like, let's
See,
go get
they
some.
say like when I've been in marriage for 20 years, my wife never cooked.
That was slavery.
20
Never
years?
washed.
That was slavery.
20 years.
That was slavery.
ridiculous.
That's
This is what I'm
slavery.
saying.
That was not a wife.
She never cooked.
That's a roommate.
She never.
That's a roommate.
She never washed.
Mm-hmm.
She never folded. I did all that, and I know it's real hard for y'all to sink in. But listen, I had
seen
a
him
son
fold.
with a
He can
disability. Yeah,
I seen him
he
fold.
seen it.
He can fold.
And people understand like, damn, how did you deal with that? You gotta understand. This was
Never
a
seen it.
woman that was my wife.
He folded a
that I
blanket by
grew-
herself.
See, but here's the thing: I grew up with her.
Yeah, which makes it
I
different.
wasn't in love with her.
Yeah.
And you
were
don't
used to
realize
the
that.
routine.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why I knew what love was when I met her. Because she fed in, but it's a difference between love and a narcissist. A narcissist is feeding to your weakness,
Yeah.
and she fed into my weakness. And my weakness was all I want to do is come home and lay my head on your lap.
But did you guys tell each other you loved each other? Did you
Oh,
tell her
of
that
course.
I was in love with you?
Of course. You know what I told her? I said, I'm falling in love with you. I said, it's hard because I've been with somebody for 20 years.
That was
She had
toxic.
been married twice. And I said, give me a minute, baby, but you keep doing what you're doing, I'm going to marry you. Now, I did this here. I went out and I brought a 3-carat ring. And I was going to propose to her February the 2nd. And when she pulled the 5-minute stunt in January,
What was
I
the
held back.
5-minute stunt?
we was on the phone. I was at work. And she
Great
was on, I told her to hold on.
Okay.
When you click back over, that's what she meant in the email. She cussed me out. Now, for 8 months we've been dating, I never heard this woman cuss not one time.
Colors start showing. Somebody show they shoe
Exactly.
colors. Don't try
When
to
I
retain
clicked
them.
over,
Exactly.
she cussed me out. Now, listen, I'm 48.
Okay.
You 48. There's
look
no
like you're
yelling,
23.
screaming, cussing. It should be that at all ages.
That's true.
No, all ages. If I have a problem with you, what was wrong with her coming like, look, Cassine, you know,
Made me feel
I
a type
don't
of
like
way.
you having me on hold like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
she cussed me out like a sailor.
And that's disrespectful. Like
And when
that.
she disrespected, you know what I did? I came home. I said, "You gotta go." And she said, "Well, I'm not gonna apologize." I said, "I ain't asked for it."
I'm not gonna apologize?
Yeah. Now listen. Should nobody ask for apology? If the person don't feel sorry and give it to you, then that
They
person
don't feel sorry.
They don't feel sorry for
And
what they
if
did.
you asking for it, that's the only reason they give it. And then too, like we
You
said,
shouldn't have to ask for
Yeah.
apology.
Or even an apology after you do something. Like, you're not apologizing because you're sorry. You're apologizing because you got
You
caught.
apologize because you know what?
Exactly.
That person that you love or care about, you hurt. You don't want to see them hurt.
If you really love them.
If you really, but even if you don't love them, you care about them.
Yeah.
Anybody like you my friend.
Yeah.
I would never do anything to disrespect
That's
you
true. That's
because
true.
I care about you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
about
real.
caring.
No.
About anybody.
No.
I don't care if it's a bum out on the street.
Yeah.
You care about them, so you're not gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
She didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like,
I think-
wow, like, wait a minute, I introduced you to my mother not once, but twice.
Let me ask
Flew you to Florida.
Let me see. I think too, after reading the email, because I read it multiple times, I think it's just a clear case. Like, even with all my clients, like, because you know I do couples, I do marriage. I think a lot of people fail because they go into a relationship thinking, "What can I get?" instead of "What can I give?"
Are
And
you talking about as far as financially?
well, not even financially.
Not
just
financially,
what
yeah.
can I get? Like, for a guy, usually it's, "Oh, she got a nice body. I want to get that box. I want to get this." For a
Got
woman,
the straight visual.
yeah, and then for a woman,
Yeah.
it may be, "I want that wedding ring. Like, I want to get married." So instead of thinking about what can I give, because like you said, he came in, he gave this woman everything, and it still wasn't enough because she was looking at what more can I take from him instead of what more can I give. He was already established.
But remember, she wasn't, because she wasn't in peace with herself. I came in, you know my women friends. I let you into my son. I never let a woman into my son.
Yeah.
That was big for me. I took you to Florida twice to meet my mother. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, to meet my mother?
She never been to Florida either, did she?
No.
She sounded like she ain't never been to Florida.
No.
When she wrote the email, I wanted to be like, "You ain't never been to Florida."
No.
I hate him.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like,
Probably with the
I
Idaho.
did. Now listen,
Idaho.
I got 4 women best friends. These are my best friends. I
Is
don't
that a
have no
problem
male
for
best
you
friends.
in different relationships, like having women best friends?
No, because my thing is, if just say right now, if I start dating you, I would not give these women friends up for you. You gotta either join in, or you just walk away.
I'm like that
how-
with my friends too.
But
though.
how would
You know
you,
what I'm
feel
saying?
about that?
Because
is
I
that
don't
these
feel
women
no type
friends
of
been
way.
here. Yeah,
they
these
been
women
there.
friends been here. When I've been alone by myself, they've
exactly.
been here.
I have to respect
So
that.
let me ask you
I don't have
this.
a lot of friends.
My question is this: shouldn't your woman be your best friend?
She should be when she becomes your woman. Now, I treated her and told her and talked to her like my best friend. Like one day we had a problem, and my best friend called Caprice. She's supposed to been here, and she called me on the phone. And I told her something. She said, when we got off the phone, she was quiet. It's like, "Hey, you know, baby, what's the matter?" "Oh, well, you didn't tell me first." I said, "I'm sorry.
So you,
I should have told you first."
that's real.
But it's
And I apologized. And she said, "Well, okay. Thank you for doing that, because no man ever did that before."
Yeah.
I feel like it's different when you actually have a best friend and they've been there before. So it's like a routine for you
I get
to just tell them first.
Look,
I get
when you
that,
be
but
with
my thing-
somebody, that's your best friend.
That's true.
exactly, and that's what I mean. Because my thing is like this. Like, let's be honest. If I'm dating someone, you're my fucking best friend. Like, you're my best friend. Why would I ask? And no offense, but why would I ask for your opinion when I know my mate may experience it different? We all can go through something very similar in this room. It can be an earthquake, but we all will have different opinions. So
Right.
I don't need your opinion when it comes to me and my partner. But like you said, I see because they've been there. But like you
Exactly.
said,
So it's like routine.
Yeah, but for certain situations, if it's something between us, I'm not going to go to somebody else.
Of course
to be
not.
like, "Hey, what do you think for this?" Because I need to be talking to you, and that goes into communication of.
Definitely.
I
And then
need to
too,
communicate
men
with you.
gotta understand, even if they don't like what she got to say,
Yeah.
you gotta respect the people. If she care about you,
Yeah.
you gotta understand that because she care about you, she don't have to agree with you.
That's true.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't personally relate to talking to a friend because I have a sister that's just like a friend. But like I told y'all before, when I went through that self process, I got really comfortable with being by myself. I
Good.
loved being by myself. I took myself out. I spent a lot of time with myself.
Good.
And that's amazing.
But it came a problem when I started dating because it was a lot of dates that I would go on and just like I really like being by myself more.
Gotcha.
Or when it came to respecting people's time,
Yeah.
that was an issue because I always was by myself. So being at a certain place or going to a date here, it was conflict because I have my
That's
daughter.
what I had to get back to.
It was very hard for me to get back in the groove of dating somebody and respecting their time as far as mine. So at the time I couldn't really appreciate that as much as I should have. But when you fall in love with yourself, it's just it becomes detrimental to who you are. And it's
And
just,
she just said something that was all cold.
Yeah.
That's when you fall in love with yourself.
You go into
would
a
not
relationship
love
already
yourself.
knowing what you
You would not allow
And-
yourself to be abused.
Yeah, and that's
At
what I mean by
all.
when you know your
Man.
goal, you don't settle for bronze.
Yeah.
So, like you said, when you fall in love with yourself, you don't accept anything less than what you give. And like you said, I think that's the difference. So, real quick, what's deal breakers for you? Like, what's deal breakers for all of you? Like, and when you're in a relationship, speaking about breakups, like, what's definitely a deal breaker? Like, you let's go with Mariah and then we can work.
Yeah,
our way
you go
around.
with them
Okay.
first.
a deal breaker as far as what, like me continuing to
Talk to somebody.
talk to somebody. Me having a daughter, that's definitely one of the deal breakers, but respect is a big thing. I dealt with a lot of verbal disrespect that I didn't even really notice at first. I just thought it was just
It was common.
being rude or just being mean, but that was disrespect.
And abuse. Verbal abuse
Right.
is way
So
worse
when I
than
go into a
physical.
relationship
Okay,
now,
so-
after loving on myself, I already know what I expect. I expect him to be respectful. I want him to, he has to talk to me a different way. He can't talk to me like I'm one of his friends or like I'm anybody. I expect a certain level of respect from a man now
Good.
when I'm talking to someone. So my standard is higher. I can't just date anybody at this point. So
Good.
You should not accept less.
Now,
yeah.
good.
Period.
What about you, G? What's something that is definitely a deal breaker? it
I
can be
would definitely,
It can be multiple things as well.
I would definitely say respect
Okay.
because that's just like, nah, I'm not taking that. You're not about to talk to me like
Yeah.
that at all. Especially like cursing or anything. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you're upset, please talk in a way where it's educated. You don't have to use curse words.
Do you
with
feel
me.
most guys don't know how?
I feel like
don't
they just
care.
careless. Yeah.
They don't
They
care.
don't care.
They don't care.
They're just like whatever. And they feel like it's okay. But with me, I'm not taking that
Gotcha.
at all. And cheating. I can't.
Cheating, definitely.
I cannot do
So,
cheating.
like, after they cheat, you're done.
I'm completely
You're done.
You should be.
Is it no
done.
second chances?
You should
no
be.
second chances. There's
Like my
nothing.
Shouldn't be a second
boyfriend said,
chance.
"Well, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce."
I don't
Jay-Z,
care.
hey, you not Jay-Z.
You're not Jay-Z.
Hey, you're not
You're not
Jay-Z.
Beyonce.
Even
Hey, you don't got that money.
Even if I was Beyonce and I'm dating a Jay-Z, if he cheat, I'm out of here.
Because the trust is gone.
Yeah.
I can't come back from that.
Okay.
Like at all. Like that's a part of heartbreak.
Gotcha.
I trusted you in a certain way and you broke that.
Yeah. So it's almost like, how can I trust you if you cheated once?
I
Trust
can't.
is
I
the
cannot
number
move.
one thing.
Communication and trust,
And
definitely.
then everything, like I said, I tell a lot of women all the time, if a man want to be there, he will show you
Definitely.
every single day.
Listen, I'm going to say yes to that. And then my deal breaker is, it ties into that. You know me my whole life. You know me since I was a kid. You know everything that I'm into now. I think one of my deal breakers is definitely like, if you don't support me, like, it's funny you bring up Jay-Z. I think it's three type of dudes.
Yeah.
One dude is the Jay-Z. He makes money when he's not even working. So that saying of, you make time for what you want. Okay, I get that. But Jay-Z, he doesn't have to work. He's going to make money. Then you got the bum. He better give you time because he can't give you shit else. So that's what he better give you fucking time. But then somebody like myself, that's a work in progress. When I got my hands in so many business ventures, it's one of those where, it's like, you have to fill those time slots. If you can't fill those time slots, we may not work because I'm doing so much. I'm doing therapy. I'm doing private practice. He's helping me with the housing situation. So it's so much that I'm into that. Some women, they ask for certain things that they're not ready to accept. Like you want a man that's working, but when he's working too much, you like, we're not spending enough time.
Exactly. So
But
it's like it's never enough.
Exactly. So he's building. So support is definitely one. Lying is definitely one.
Oh my God.
Because like lying, my thing is, I can't deal with a liar at all. Like I know some people that just lie. Like you be like, what color is that? Blue. No, it's not. Stop fucking lying.
It's green.
Like you be like, it's really green. They're like, well, my eyes was blurry. Like, shut up. So I can't deal with a liar. And then, like I said, support a liar. And then the last but not least is, like you said, kind of cheating. I think when you go through something that detrimental of cheating, it's like I don't tolerate it and I don't even do it now. It's like, as a man, I won't cheat because I know how hurtful it is once it was done to me. What about you? What is a deal breaker?
You know, it is like this. Here that I had tickets to go see Erykah Badu
Ooh.
and Nas.
I love
Ooh.
Eric.
You know, I sold them
From you.
because I
Sold
couldn't find
them?
a date.
Are you serious?
That's
Told
true.
him?
He told
Yeah.
me.
I wish you had known me. I would have went with you.
Listen,
would've-
he
Amazing.
called me. He called me like, T, I got tickets. I'm mad. I can't even go because I don't got a date. He did serious. He called me. What was
Straight
that?
up.
yesterday?
And it was Erykah
Yeah.
Badu.
Like
Erykah Badu.
literally, Erykah Badu. What?
But listen to
Listen.
this. Listen to this. Before we go, that's what I mean by saying so many women. I hear there's so much dudes don't want to date. It's dudes that's out here that want to date. Like, let's go out.
Yeah, here's my thing.
Okay.
I'm not dating you to be dating you.
Okay.
I'm not dating you for sex.
That's real.
I'm
That's when you
dating
grow up.
you
Literally.
to grow.
No.
And if
To build.
you know, to build, because that's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
And when I can't get a date to go to a concert, that's sad.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Or even the communication, what you were telling me about how some of them look at you sideways when you call instead of text. Like he called me one day, like, what's up with this generation? Like a woman was like, why you call me? Like she wanted him to text.
I love phone calls.
And
Please call me.
And that's the difference. If a man really wants you, he's going to call you. He's going to
Please call me.
take you
I've been
out.
on Bumble. I've been on Tinder. And I've been meeting
been
women.
getting it in.
You know what I say?
Okay.
Here go my number. Call me. Because guess what? If I meet you in the club, I will have your number then, right?
No.
Yeah, but then it's like texting though.
But that's
It's
why I said
messaging.
it's different.
I love both. I love calls.
I love calls.
I think when
do
you
love
busy,
text
yeah.
too.
Look, when
I
you
like
let
text
me
the
in
morning.
and give me more messages than I'm supposed to get, then we should talk.
I'm gonna tell you this: when we talk, and my leg, like you do weird stuff when you talk, like you standing on the counter and having a conversation. That's how you know it's the deepest conversation. When you doing that weird, you ain't never did that like. You
Been in the bathtub
yeah,
on the
or
phone.
not even a bathtub, but you doing something abnormal. Like you on the phone and you notice yourself just like one arm on the couch, one arm back, and you just like, I'm really enjoying
tell you something.
this
I feel like
conversation.
this,
let me
I feel
get
like this
women.
standing on the counter was like a short joke though. Like really?
I have really sat on the counter. Like the conversation been so good. Like, cause for one, it's like the honeymoon stage. So that first 6 months
Definitely.
is like you like food, I like food. But after that, like you said, when you really learn somebody,
Let me give women a secret. Let me give them a secret.
secret
When you
time.
talk to a
Filter
man
time. No filter time.
Oh.
before he go to bed and when he wake up, he really interested in you.
That's so true. And he's not saying just good morning, beautiful. He's saying if he calls you
Yeah.
before one of the two, that's different.
Every day.
That's different.
Every day. When
That's
he
different.
talks to you in the morning and he talks to you before you go to bed, he interested in
I'm
you.
gonna tell you this. I would take it a step further. If you get a dude that calls you consistently, or even you can call him and he can pick up, that dude is into you. Because 9 times out of 10, they hide behind text. Like I said, the craziest thing I ever seen, a dude literally told multiple dudes tell me in treatment, I ain't never talked to a woman face to face sober. So they feel like I gotta drink or I gotta do something to talk to him or even text him. Like I done seen dudes see you out. Like say he'll see you out. He won't say nothing when he see you out. But when he get home, he'll be like, what's up? I seen you. Like, what
That's
type
true.
of shit is that?
Yeah.
Like,
Get
you be
rid
like,
of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
no.
is true.
Okay,
He
let
full
me,
of shit.
let me ask y'all this. Is pop-ups okay? Like, let's say, or no, before the pop-ups, let's do this. If you are the one that messes up, how would you make up? Like, what's the way you would make up with your
You
mate?
shouldn't mess up in the first place.
But if you
But
did.
if you do,
But if
yeah.
you do.
You sure? I don't know because I don't mess up.
Okay.
Okay, so
But if you do mess up in the place, apologize.
Okay. Just an apology.
Definitely an
Strictly,
apology.
you know, women.
Anything else, like-
Women love honest, consistent.
But how
love
do you
honesty,
apologize?
Amen.
Being real.
But I'm saying, like, if you and your girl get into it, you know you fuck up some way. How do you apologize? Like, is it just verbal? I apologize, or is it?
I
You
feel
know,
like it
that's-
has to be more than verbal.
Yeah, I was about to
like
say.
But
like to take a
I
man
can't
out.
answer that because I never,
Yeah, take
I
them
never
out. Get a
F
mistake.
up.
Okay.
I never F up. Because if I want to be with you, I'm going to show you every day.
Okay.
In my language, in my actions.
I'm gonna say mine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I did to
know I
her.
would.
Because I'm a one woman man because I know what I want in the future. And I'm gonna build on that.
I do think, like you said, if you mess up, I think it's no limitations of what you should do to get it
Definitely.
back. Taking out cards, flowers,
Definitely.
doing whatever you got to do. And then, like I tell people all the time, they come to me, and I told you this before. They're like, "Hey, man, what's the perfect thing to do for a woman?" Everything should be personalized. Like my way is not your way.
gotta be
women
looking
is
for too
so
much.
easy
Like what?
to get along with. Y'all so easy to get along with.
They complicated.
No, they not.
I'm saying, if you don't,
Y'all not. Because
depends.
if right now, if I just start dating you right now, if I just start talking to you, it's so easy. As long as you show me attention, it's so easy to get it.
okay.
You know, because I want to be there.
But
It's
that's
so
the
easy.
difference of if you want to be there or not.
That's if I want to be there.
Yeah.
Now, if they met somebody
most
that don't
dudes
wanna
are
be
1
there-
foot in, 1 foot out. So it's like, it's hard. But
Oh my God.
let me ask you, like you said you would take a dude out if you messed up.
Yeah, because I feel like I would have to show him a good time, and in that
Definitely.
process,
So
I
you
would
have
tell
the-
him
No,
I'm sorry.
don't do that.
Wait, so you had the
Don't do
confidence
that.
to do that? Because
Definitely.
most women
Because
don't have the
if I
confidence.
mess up, I want to have a conversation.
Well, that's
I'm not gonna
different.
just say
Yeah.
two words. I want to go out, enjoy our time.
We
and
have
in
to
the
have a
midst of that,
conversation.
I'm gonna have a conversation like, look, I did this and this and this.
Yep.
I didn't mean to do this.
Okay,
and
let's
this.
talk
Yeah.
about this then.
Wait,
Yeah.
If you ask
Definitely.
your man to go out and the bill come, are you going to pick up the bill?
I
Definitely.
paid the bill.
Okay,
No
let me
matter-
ask you.
I
Let me
didn't
ask you
pay
this.
the
Let me
$95
ask you this. Let me ask you this
Definitely.
because I have this done to me. I didn't ask women to go out, and the bill come when it's been
they got on their phone.
numerous dates.
went to
No,
the
no, no,
bathroom.
no, no.
Oh, they usually go to
They say, you know what they said?
did.
This how I know they wanted to be there. They said, let me get the tip. That's okay?
I'm
No.
gonna grab
No,
that.
that's not a woman
I'ma grab
taking you
that
out. A woman
bill.
taking you out is
I
grabbing the
believe
bill
that.
and doing the tip.
I understand it. But it's still, I had women take me out.
And you
And
got,
when the bill came,
Yeah.
I have
still
had that.
tipped.
No, I have had that.
That's just me. I still
Okay.
tipped.
On
So
the-
you paid in tip?
No, I tipped.
Oh,
Okay, but
You
they
know, I
paid the
tipped,
bill.
But they
Okay.
pay. I understand that.
I can
Yeah.
I can do
on
that.
a different note,
Definitely.
how would you want your mate to make up with you if they did something wrong? If they did something wrong, be honest. 'Cause I'm a-
It's
I read a
hard
lot of
because
books.
this is
I
my
read a lot of
thing.
books. I want
Put it
chocolate
like this:
flowers
if
out
I
of
start
nowhere.
dating you
Chocolate
right now,
flowers.
Wednesday. I want the Casanova that's just not around anymore.
chocolate,
like
flowers, all of that.
chocolate flowers.
Definitely.
Like playing a boom
God
box.
never sent chocolate to my job.
Like
Never
got a
sent
boom box
flowers.
on his
Boom
arm
box
and he
is
outside.
Like I want the
Amazing.
old school Casanova,
Please.
Prince
Sorry
of
for it.
Janarda.
so you said do
Please.
something different that he know
It has
that
to
you
be
know he ain't
something
capable of
different.
doing.
I love a man
Definitely.
that's not afraid to actually show his feelings. Like, look, this might seem lame to
Definitely.
my friends,
That'll let
but I'm
you
gonna
know.
go out the way and do it. Anyway.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
had one of my friends.
Archie, don't want to
Wait.
hear your honesty. Okay?
I'm gonna tell you what mine. Go ahead.
Okay, so I had one of my friends. He had cheated on his girlfriend. He literally standing on like downtown. It was like one of the streets downtown with a sign. I'm so sorry. I cheated
That's
on
dope.
my girlfriend. And he had people like throw eggs at him,
That's-
everything. But and he was on Facebook Live himself. Like Why people throwing eggs at him and stuff like that? He was
That's
like,
hella dope.
whole time, I'm sorry.
Because if
I'm
you do
sorry.
something public, you should apologize public.
Public.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was
Yes.
fucking amazing to me. I've never
dope.
seen any dude done that
So would,
before.
that's something you would want?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, embarrass yourself because you embarrassed me.
Oh man. See, I think I'm simple. Hey, you mess up with me, just give me some head. I'm just come out and say it. Just give me.
Of course.
No, RT one head.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Of
if
course.
you mess up, tell me you sorry.
What's the mess up though?
Huh?
What kind of mess up?
Yeah, I was about to
It
say,
depends on the
mess up.
Because if you cheat,
I still want head, no
I'm
matter
done.
what mess up. Like, no matter
done.
what mess up, give me
what
head.
kind of mess up?
Look, whatever
want with
mess
the
up,
takeout.
whatever mess up it is, you got to do more dependent on the mess up. But I still want head somewhere in there. So like, whatever it is, like I'm gonna be like, I mean,
See,
I don't care what mess
Take you
up.
out in head, huh?
Yeah, take me out.
No.
Say you
me,
something.
by me being older, it's a little different.
You still don't want.
okay.
So you don't
No,
want head.
the head don't matter.
You better get your head while you
No,
can.
the head.
telling
I
you,
didn't have
you better
plenty of
get that
head. The head don't matter no more. The head don't matter no
Okay.
more. It's like I don't know what it is.
It's just I don't know. The older I get, I love sex. I'm good with sex.
We
But
need
the
you on
older
the
I
next
get,
episode.
The older I get, it's just like that's just not what's important.
I
to me.
agree.
I'm sorry, I
The
can't.
You know what?
sex-
You know what? It's funny because I love the shit out of sex,
And head.
but it don't control anything.
I agree.
RT in this
I agree.
head.
No,
See,
no.
but you gotta understand. How old is you, RT?
I'm 25. No,
48.
26. I'm 26.
Oh
Get up.
Lord, he
See
done
what I'm
forgot
saying?
his age.
No, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm joking
We're
halfly.
the oldest in here.
No, I'm joking, but I'm being serious. Like my thing is this: you gotta understand your love language. When you understand your love language,
Definitely.
you
Love
know
language is
how
good.
your love tank is filled. So
Okay.
I am one of those where you have to give me those affirmation of words. So-
I've been waiting on this question.
okay.
Okay.
How did she get me the way she got me?
Yeah, you hear.
Yeah.
No.
Talking about the Okay, wait.
No.
We're back to the email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you how she got
So-
that too.
I
the
have a
whole
question.
20 years. Okay, go ahead.
Are you over it?
Yeah, I'm over it.
Are you sure?
What is
How
the
do you
new
know
girl-
you're over it?
Because I was with my wife for 20 years.
Okay.
Nothing, what she did can't even compare what I went through with her. So it's easy for me to get over it. But the hard thing is
The
hard thing
disrespect
is-
behind
no,
that.
no, not the disrespect.
It's
Not
not
her
even-
calling DHS.
Uh huh.
What was your quote?
Which one?
The reality.
Which one?
Remember you left?
He drunk, he don't
You reality.
Right. Exactly. He done had
Yeah.
some drinks.
I
in
am.
his
Here,
system.
here's the thing. What I wanted all I wanted was from a woman to take care of me.
And that's why
What's
I asked
reality?
you
Is
that.
that what she
Were
did?
you over it
That's
because
what she did.
she
Gotcha.
did something that
And
you
it
haven't
took me a
experienced?
minute to get over it because it was the simple shit. Like when I came home, she had food ready.
Ooh.
I never had a
Gotcha.
woman. Listen, I was with a woman for 20 years, married. She didn't know how
You
to cook.
finally got what you deserved.
Exactly.
I finally got what it ain't hard to please me.
No.
To
She
please
wasn't
me.
the right woman because if she was, she wouldn't have did that.
Head of
Exactly.
food. Head of food.
Exactly.
So that's
But
how
the
you know
thing-
you're over it.
That's how I knew I was over it because I go back and I think about it. Like, damn, I'm over the root. I got to get over the routine.
It's the routine.
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 Yes.
Like you said, it's not
But
so much. I
let me
get
tell
your
you something.
question.
You see what she said in the letter? She really loved me.
Yeah.
If you really truly love me, I didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
I didn't cheat on you.
Yeah.
What do the normal black man do?
Cheat.
Yeah.
Cheat, beat your
Normal.
ass,
Cheat.
lie.
No.
Definitely.
Right?
I'm going to
okay, I didn't do none of
Yeah.
that.
But I'm going
And
to
she left.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
this too, Scene, and it kind of touches back in the beginning of the story, and it's nothing to do with you, but you raised a good point. Sometimes some people are so used to destruction and problematic situations that when something's too good, they have to refer back because
Have to.
that's their comfort
But that's
zone.
what she said. She was
swear.
married twice,
Exactly.
and she shouldn't have been.
But get this, even the married twice, nobody ever opened the door for her.
No.
Nobody ever took her around the family.
when this woman came to my life, you know what I told her first time? Don't touch my door, dog. She looked at me like, for real? She never had a man open the door every single time. Even when she was with my son, my son opened the door for her.
Ooh.
Because I raised him. You know how I raised my son? you're gonna respect and treat a
men don't know
woman
that now.
who she are.
It's a dying track.
Yeah.
If she fuck up,
Definitely is.
if she fuck up, that's on her. That has nothing to do with you.
And you can't blame yourself.
Can't blame her.
But
that's how I raised my son.
It's
now.
funny that you mentioned that scene, man. A little bit of was jokes, but like you said, it's one of those where if you fuck up with me, personalize it. Know me. If you know me, you know what I like.
But you know why I fell in love with her? That is because she gave me something that I never have.
And that's why I asked you, are you over it? Because you experienced something with her that you never had.
That
Similar
I
to
never
your
had.
situation.
Exactly. Very
So are
similar.
you
Yeah.
over your situation?
I can't say that I am.
My question is this. By you taking ownership of it, have you ever apologized to the dude where it was, look, I
She didn't
know
do
I
nothing
might
wrong,
have...
did she?
No, well, she said she took ownership because she might
Yeah.
have jumped the gun. So it's one of those where
Exactly.
if you jumped the gun, what's wrong with saying, like Mariah said, I'm sorry, let me fix it, and then let's get past it? Because if you experience something you never had before, my next question for all of you is some breakups rebuildable? And if it is rebuildable, do you think it makes the situation better after you experience it?
I feel like some breakups are rebuildable, but not always, because it can be so much hurt that's in there to where you'll be repaying for that for a minute before you even get to the actual relationship again, to where that person actually trusts you again or any of that, you know?
But
so
my thing
That's
is
why
this.
it depends. It depends. They say that you never go back to what broke you. It depends on how bad the break
Ooh.
is.
That's true. But my
So-
thing is this.
Okay.
Let's be real here,
Mariah?
people. My thing is this, though. Let's be real here, people. A relationship is a learning process. Not one fucking person ever is perfect.
definitely.
It depends
That
on
does
what
it- yeah.
age.
No, not even the age.
Yes.
though.
I don't think it's the
This
age
was
either.
unforgivable.
You know why?
This was
No, that's
heartbreaking.
unforgivable, but that coulda-
She
Yeah.
Nice bill.
remember she
She
said
drunk.
she been 48. I'm 48.
Yeah,
Okay.
She been through it twice. I've been through a hell of a one for 20 years.
Okay.
We know what we want.
Right.
We know what we deserve.
And she went
But-
back to her
but I
ex-husband.
feel-
Is she sure she
Yes.
know what she wants though?
That's
I'm
true.
not
Then
too
it didn't
sure.
work out, and she tried to come at me.
And she
but
tried- that's
didn't
why she
know
didn't know what
that
she
I knew.
wanted.
Exactly.
She didn't
still
know what
not-
she wanted
she
because
didn't.
she came back and she's like, fuck,
Because
he was the
you know what
one.
she
Women
told
have
me.
tendencies
I'm listening to what she told
wasn't
me.
over her past
Let me tell you,
relationship
that's
before she
died.
there you
That's
go.
true.
I'm gonna tell you what she
wasn't
told
over.
me. She never in her life thought that she would ever meet a perfect man. And when she said that to me, I was like in shock.
Right.
Like, damn, you calling me perfect? I'm perfect because I want you.
No.
And if I want you, then I take everything bad with you.
Exactly.
And my
that's what I
imperfections
did.
is what makes you perfect. Like you say, I don't think it's no, and that's why I say it, let's be real, because a relationship is a learning process. Sometimes, not in all cases, but you have to go, no matter what age, you have to go through a storm to get to that rainbow. And that's why I tell couples a lot of times, this shit is unforgivable. I'm not talking about this situation, but I'm saying just period. If you fuck up, own up to it, take accountability, and move from there.
I think
because
I'm kind of harsh though, because I feel like at my age, you shouldn't fuck up.
that's
I feel like everything should be, you know what you want.
Listen.
And I may be wrong.
I'ma
I may
tell
be
you.
wrong because I think at my age,
Yeah.
we all been, like she said, she been married twice. I've been through it for 20 years.
no.
You should, you know what
But-
you want. If you don't know what you want, leave at the beginning.
Yeah,
She
but
thought it
look,
would work
I'm,
out
I'm,
with her
but
ex.
Leave at the
no,
beginning.
but I'm
Leave at the
going-
That's all I'm
but
saying.
I'm gonna
Don't
say,
put me through all that.
Don't put me through
but
that.
listen, I'm going to say this. As your nephew, it's one of those where I feel like you have to have realistic expectations. Just because you know what you want and you're solid, some people, like we said before, comes from different backgrounds. So if they never knew something, like I see this the most, where a woman will be like, oh, he's not emotional enough. If he never seen it, you never was patient enough to teach him.
Definitely.
So how can you fault somebody
You-
for something
you
they
know-
never knew?
Definitely.
Even though I was married for 20 years, my problem was communication.
Okay.
Okay.
So every woman I dated in 13 years,
Yeah.
I talked about communication.
Gotcha.
I expressed myself. So even when it came back,
Yeah.
I can accept it,
Yeah.
no matter what I told.
Yeah.
And I came to her talking because I'm not a talker.
But get this, you were the first guy that changed that for her. She
Yeah.
wasn't used to that in a relationship. So how can
Yeah.
you fault me for
And she
something I
got-
never
yeah.
experienced?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, if it's different if she's not willing to try, but if she
Right.
never experienced a guy of your stature how can you falter for it? That's like
At
me
this
and you
age.
that's like me and you going to the gym. You know what I mean? If we going to the gym, you know, he doing a shoot. If we going to the gym and you like shoot that jump shot 1,000,000 times, the first time may feel awkward for me.
Right.
Definitely.
But then it comes into second nature after I experience it. So that's why I say relationships are a learning process. So
Definitely.
Sometimes, in different cases, definitely different. But don't give up on the first one. Don't give up on it. And like you said, for a guy, think about it. You're 48, and it took you so long to fully understand it. Imagine a 20-year-old.
This was the first relationship that I let my guard down.
But
In
imagine-
13
I let
years.
this person
Yeah.
in my son
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because
that's
that's
why-
important.
It is.
And then a lot of women I dated before, they used my son as excuse, and it wasn't an excuse. That's how you felt. Like you can't love me. They wanted me to love. They wanted me to love them like I love my son.
And that's not
It's impossible.
Yeah,
Now, let me ask
I have
y'all
a lot
this.
of women in my family who have kids that are autistic and need
Okay.
special treatment, so I know the work.
And
it's
then
a
if-
tremendous
It's
amount
definitely
of
Hey, look,
work.
And then
If
too,
I was to have him
definitely
sitting here, you wouldn't even think nothing was wrong with him.
Yep.
Really?
He didn't put
There ain't
in that
nothing wrong
much
with
work.
him. Because I don't treat him like nothing wrong with
No.
him. Right now, he's at home in Florida. Right now in Orlando with my mother.
No.
That's
I've been sitting there
amazing.
Just
chilling.
graduated with a 3.0.
3.0
That is
from
amazing.
MCTI.
Like,
Yeah.
But guess
you
what?
definitely should.
I did all that myself,
yourself.
and
That's
I
why
ain't
you-
even have a high school diploma.
No.
That's crazy.
But I had to
Usually-
drive to
usually
make
kids
sure.
following their parents' footsteps.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. My daughter graduated from Mumford, diploma, but my son, high school, Macomb Academy, MCTI.
Yeah.
I did that myself. You know
That's
when
a
he
huge
graduated,
accomplishment.
we was on our ride home. It's 2.5 hours. We on our ride home. You know what he said? Dad, now it's your turn.
That's amazing.
That is
He said that to
amazing.
me.
No.
So what I do? I went Penn Foster. I went online. I didn't want a GED. I wanted a diploma.
Okay.
I got my diploma.
Big difference.
Now I'm in school right now, get my criminal justice in BA.
No. About to be a parole
Shout out
officer,
to
right?
you.
About to CO.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to
So
you.
this because what he did
Then
because
you
he
just get
seen
an
something bigger
offer
than me.
for the parole. You just get an
Yeah,
offer, right?
soon as I get this and finish these classes,
You just
I got a
got
job waiting on me.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Listen to this.
That's
Listen to this. I'm so
Oh
proud
my
of him
God. Like,
because,
literally.
like I said, I know where he come from. But two, I'm proud because he didn't stop. Usually, when people get in
Yeah.
their 40s and 50s, they be like,
They
"My life is
stop.
over." Absolutely
My dad
not.
stopped.
Listen, in my master's program, it was a lady that was 67 in there, and she came out and was like, I feel like a fool because I'm sitting with a lot of kids. And I told her, you don't know how motivational that is to show me like
Exactly.
you still have to continue your education. For one, as a human, you should never stop learning.
Definitely.
Ever. I don't care what
Ever.
it
Learn
is.
something every day.
But let me ask y'all this.
Telling you.
Is pop-ups okay? Like if they
what?
if they fuck hey,
pop-ups.
if they fuck up, can they pop up on you and like
No.
try to apologize?
No.
That's a no-go for you?
No.
Why is that?
That's
depends.
dangerous.
It depends.
I mean,
Don't pop up on you, huh?
I think it's good in a way because they really showing you that they sincere.
Okay.
They're like, look, I fucked up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes me feel like you couldn't wait till I was available, so you made me available. So
Okay.
pop-ups are a plus. I mean, at my job,
I think
it's
so.
like,
I
work
think so.
my
They are a
hours, so-
plus.
Okay. What about you, G?
Okay, so I like the crazy stuff.
Oh my
Lord.
God. Okay.
I like
No. I feel that. I like the
I'm
crazy
sorry, I
because I'm
do.
crazy. I like the crazy, so
I
they let
like
you
the
know that.
I like for somebody to show me their passion, like how I'm passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you pop up on me, especially at my job or something like that, and it's not a lot of people to know where I live or know where I work
Yeah.
at or whatever. So you got to be real important to know that type of stuff.
Gotcha. So if you pop
And you pop up
Mm-hmm.
and you make me available,
Mm.
and I say I don't have time all the time, but you make me available.
Person
Oh,
know they
yeah.
got that doorway too.
I'm gonna tell you
They
this.
definitely
Hey,
do.
know they
I
got that
guess
doorway.
I'll.
They got
Hey,
that doorway.
They
Listen.
do it. So
Yeah.
that's
listen.
why.
I'll
Man.
guess I'll be the eyeball. Don't fucking pop up on me. Don't fucking pop up on me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, like I said, one. Anybody that know me, I have my daughter a lot of the time. She's
Okay.
with me. Nobody like I ever dealt with has really met my daughter. So it's one of those where just don't pop up on me. Two, I deal with a lot of psychotic patients. So it's one of those where I'm always on my P's and Q's. So it's one of those where you don't know if I'm going to a patient's house, if I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Don't pop up. And then two, my younger days would have been like, because you don't know what I'm doing. Like I may have somebody new. like.
But see, that's the
Talking.
time.
That's the
That's the time to pop up.
problem.
Because I'm a pop
If
up.
you got somebody new right after it ended, then that's a problem.
I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna destroy all that. That girl gonna know who I am.
But see,
at that
that's my
point.
I mean,
thing.
this person been lingering around
But-
in
Okay.
layaway.
Yeah,
She been
alright.
in layaway.
Yeah, but
And
no.
I'ma pop
But listen
up.
to this. When I say I have somebody around, it may not really mean I'm dealing with that.
It
person
don't
on that
matter.
term. No, it does matter
the
because
same.
my thing is that. But
Thank you.
Martine.
It's
No,
the
it's
same.
No, let me tell you.
It's the
Let me,
same.
no, let me tell you
It's
why
the
it's not the
same.
same. Let me
It's
tell
the
you why it's
same.
not the same.
Okay,
See,
go ahead.
I've been
Was
single.
your friend?
Huh?
Was she a friend?
Yeah, listen, yeah.
Okay.
I've been single.
same.
No, listen, I've been single since 2010, really. Like official.
Okay.
Official, like,
Okay,
I'm with somebody.
That's when I got divorced.
okay.
8
I've
years?
yeah, 8 years.
okay.
I had to work on myself after that cheating. I had to work on myself. I had to build myself.
Okay.
So my thing is if we mess up, 9 times out of 10, and I'm not saying this just to say it, I haven't done anything wrong because, like you said, you, Pops, everybody, y'all done taught me respect. So I'm never going to disrespect a woman. So if you pop up, it's because you fucked up. My thing is this. Don't force somebody time clock on when I have to deal with my problem. Like, if you
Here's the
hurt
weird
me.
shit about that, though. Because if I'm dating you strongly,
Okay.
it ain't nobody in layaway.
No, it's not about somebody being a layaway, but if you hurt me, why should I force my feelings why should I get over it?
But
Like, why
I'm
should I
into
get
the
over it?
chase. Like I've been with a lot of guys that
Definitely.
didn't. Like if I stopped talking to you, it was to see if you care enough, you will come back after me with
Thank
everything.
you.
And if a guy don't come back, then I mean he wasn't that interested in
Thank
the beginning.
you.
So it's just
That
like I'm a big thing with that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
I
I
gotta
stop
feel on
talking
that
to you,
one.
Listen,
If
I
there's no
agree, but I
chase,
don't
I'm
agree.
good.
I
'Cause
get
my
people
thing,
busy. I'm busy. I work
Yeah.
50 hours a week.
I get
you
that,
know,
but in
so-
the same token, it's one of those where if you know what you're worth, why should I have to chase you if we not meeting in the middle? Like if
Well, it depends on who fucked up.
if she fucked up or no, if I fucked up, it's different.
That's
But
it.
no,
It's the dude fucking up.
no, not always. Not always. It's not always. If I'm doing everything, because like you said, a lot of times the stories don't come out about the dudes that's doing everything they supposed to. And my question is, like I said, if somebody hurts you, you shouldn't be so quick to have to respond to somebody. Why would you pop up on me and you know you just hurt me? Let me have my time of processing my
has to
emotions.
be-
Nah, I'm
It has
sorry
to
you
be
don't
a
get
good
no
time.
time.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm
fuck
big
that.
with
I call the
time.
police.
I'm big with time. It
I
has to be
call
like
the
a day.
police.
If you ignore my calls, if you're not answering my text messages, in a day or two, I might pull up on you. Like,
Okay, what
Who
you
messed up?
doing? Like, why
Did
you not
you mess up?
responding?
Yeah, if you messed up,
If you messed up, then you know you gotta accept that.
But and that's what I'm saying though. If you mess up, how can you force me to get over my feelings if I haven't
Yeah.
expressed, if I haven't like processed my feelings? If you pop up, to me that's selfish.
It's not even.
No, it's
To me,
not.
that's
I don't feel like
I don't
want to
see you right now.
Okay, and that's
Yeah,
I
understandable.
don't want to
But-
see you
I
right.
don't know
After,
wanna see you right
my
now.
thing is this: after old girl cheated on you with dudes you know, imagine her trying to pop up. Why do you think I want to see you?
Yeah, she did that.
It's not even. It's
would I
not.
wanna see you?
It's not even if you want to see me or not. Is that just to let you know, like, yo, I'm still here.
It's
And
different.
I
Listen,
am sorry about what happened or whatever, but yet I don't want you to move on to anybody else.
But see, this the thing: love is a choice. If you fuck up,
Definitely.
you chose to fuck up.
Okay.
So if you
All
fucked
right.
up, if you cheated, you
Look.
chose to cheat. If you stopped talking
right.
to me,
Here's the
you
deal.
chose to. So my
Okay.
thing is,
If-
don't choose to come back in my life. Like the thing I hate the most, after somebody fuck up, they'll be like, "I'm still here for you, motherfucker. You wasn't here for me when I needed you. So why are you here for me now?"
That is
it's
true.
It's just
so
so
my
simple
thing, love
too.
is a choice. You
It
either
is.
decide to do right or you do wrong.
Yeah, if you love somebody, you're not gonna fuck up.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
In all honesty.
You shouldn't fuck up. You
Yeah.
shouldn't fuck
In
up.
all
at
honesty.
Because you got a decision.
true.
You got a
You shouldn't-
decision.
people, I feel like
If
people
I
are
sit up
humans.
here
People
and
are.
I fall in love with you, I should not fuck up.
But see, that's the thing though. That's so
But
broad,
cheating isn't always a fuck up.
and that's what I was about to
Cheating
say.
is not
Yeah,
always
yeah.
what's a fuck up to
Yeah,
me.
and like I
It's
said,
me. It's you talking to me a different way.
Yeah.
It's you saying something.
If
that
you
I
miss
didn't like.
something.
It's so many things that could
Look.
be
Oh,
disrespectful.
Look, when
I
I was
agree.
with her, the biggest thing with her, because of who I am
Okay.
and who I am in the city of Detroit and what I did, all she was worried about me is cheating on her.
Yeah.
When she seen that, oh, wait a minute, you ain't a cheater, she didn't know how to conduct herself.
yeah. But see, I'm with Mariah where it's not so much of cheating. Like, my time is valuable. If you stand me up, if you lie, if you do X, Y, and Z, to me, that's fucking up. So my thing is, like we discussed before, it's not one of those where it's like you did something so bad, but you didn't take me, like you didn't put me on that pedestal like I put you.
But you gotta understand, look, we all black.
Yeah, and we all
grew up-
human.
The number one thing that we have to deal with is cheating.
Yeah,
It's cheating.
yeah.
Nobody
in
not
any
being
race,
faithful.
though.
That's in any race. I'm
Yeah,
about-
but with us, I only can say about us.
But look, I see,
Okay.
like I said, with couples, white people cheat just more as black.
I
Hispanic,
swear.
green, orange, yellow.
Everybody cheats, but I'm saying I can't talk about white people
Yeah.
or Italians or Hispanic. I only can talk about us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Because
see,
in 9 times out of 10, in our race and what we deal with, the men is
It's
always
cheating.
cheating.
That is
And
very,
walking
very,
down
very,
the-
very,
but women
Yeah.
are cheating nowadays.
Now
Women
it's
are
kind of
cheating.
even.
Like
They're so
cousins that
independent
cheat.
that
Oh,
they're
wait,
like,
are they on-
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Definitely,
It's kinda
because I feel
even.
like that's where I'm at.
My thing
Oh,
is,
Whatever
you
I
a
want.
cheater, Gigi.
once
I'm
you
not.
cheat, it's
Cheater.
over.
Gigi a cheater.
Once you cheat, it's over because it's a trust thing.
No.
Like
Well-
even at that age.
Well,
like
Yeah.
I said, we're 48.
I'm going to say this.
How do I supposed to accept you back?
Yeah. I'm
At
gon-
48, you should know better.
I'm going to say this. And like I said, a lot of people may not agree with it, but I feel like at some point, cheating can be forgivable depending on where you at.
It is.
Like the reason for
It
cheating.
is. Like
the reason
It
for
depends
cheating.
on what
Let
kind
me
of
ask you
cheating.
this.
Yeah,
Let me ask you
exactly.
this.
It depends. It
Look,
depends.
Yeah, and that's why I said it depends. So I'm very careful with words.
Okay.
If you not doing nothing you supposed to, should she be faithful to you? You're not loving her. You're not doing this.
No,
You're not
she
doing.
shouldn't.
So
But
my
that's what
thing,
She
should do.
should.
No, but
She should,
but
she
depending
not.
on what age, because
and-
at that age, you should have
Any-
left.
But
You
my-
should
but
have.
it
You should
wasn't
know
the age.
communication. I feel like you should
At
know
any age,
communication.
I'm not saying people don't make mistakes at 48. People make a lot of mistakes. But as
Yeah.
a
At any
woman,
age.
you shouldn't have wrote this. You should have called him and told him.
Or
you should have
see
pulled
him
up
in
on him and had a
person.
conversation
Thank
with
you.
him.
I get it.
You. There's
That's
no
what I'm
way.
saying. At that
You're too old
age,
for that.
at
But-
different- I can't
Too
comment at
old.
your age.
Yeah.
I can't comment. I
But
can't
you
give
can
opinion at
because
that.
that's still she should have done it differently. But
Yeah,
my
you
thing,
know.
Yeah, but my thing is this: I don't care what age. Communication is fearful.
Thank you.
The thing that brings the most anxiety is ranked on the top one list is in public speaking.
Definitely.
So having to face somebody that you fucked up with is scary. So I can understand why she done it, even though it doesn't
Yeah,
make
but
it right.
it was a little bit deeper because if I tell you, I never let nobody into my son's life.
That's
Exactly.
That
He
is
met his mother
deeper.
2 times. This is
Yeah.
we're past the point where you're afraid to tell somebody something. You're afraid to approach somebody with something.
Thank you.
You've seen his
Thank
mother 2
you.
times. You know his son. You know his situation. You should have told
This
him.
how-
Yeah, that's
There's no
personal.
no letter
But
on
my thing is
Facebook.
You're at a different
but my
level.
thing is this: that's
It's a
personal
different
for
level.
you.
It's a different level.
But I
It's a
get it.
different
No,
level.
I
as
totally
a
get it.
woman,
But-
we owe a man a respect. If a man has a
Definitely.
disrespect to me, I owe him something.
Definitely.
And I'm gonna give him what's owed.
Thank
if a man
you.
is disrespecting me, treating me like shit, I'm gonna treat him accordingly. But a man that
Thank
owes
you.
me something,
Yeah.
I owe something
Not-
is indebted to him.
not
Thank
one
you.
thing.
Definitely.
Not one thing in that letter. Not one thing that I did wrong with her. You know why? Because I wanted to be there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she
I
didn't say
wanted-
he did anything
Yeah.
wrong.
I wanted to be there, and I wanted
But
to treat her like the woman
and
that
listen,
she was.
I'm not gonna get into it in this session, but that's why I said mental health is real, substance abuse is real.
Definitely.
But see what she said.
Big.
2 marriages.
So she's damaged.
She damaged.
So if she's damaged,
So
my
Okay.
thing.
her
She
people,
doubled
her
back.
people. Let's not forget y'all mentioned she doubled back.
Yeah.
So she thought something was there that wasn't. So she tried to come back to you, something that she knew for sure that was a thing, that was something for her.
Yeah.
But at that point, you don't do that. You take a risk. You leap out on a leap of faith
Yeah.
and go with your first.
But
mind.
my question for you, as a woman, that you said if you fucked up, you would make that. Let me take you out. Let me make it right.
Definitely.
So my thing, that's the same thing. If she fucked up, no sin is worse than no other sin.
Very
And
true.
we know
fucked
that.
up.
Very true.
So
She
my
didn't
thing
just
is,
fucked up. She wrote a letter saying,
Right,
giving
but
how
she's
much
48.
She's
How much
48.
she fucked up?
Yeah, she-
Basically.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you fuck up and write a letter, if you fuck up and don't write a letter, if you talk in person, some people rather letters
But
than in
this
person.
is what I say about that letter. If we can talk for us to get in bed naked and sleep together,
Man.
you should
Okay.
be able to tell all that. You could have told me that to my face.
Thank you.
I think if she would have
It's
came to
personal.
him and told him that, then maybe after it didn't work out with her ex-husband or whatever it was, she would have came back to him and says, "Look, I thought I let you go because I couldn't let this go. I had to figure that out for me. He
Okay.
could have been open to being back in a relationship with her.
Gotcha.
But because you took this route of writing an email on Facebook, it just was superficial to me. Like that was
For
just
one,
your way out.
I like Facebook. But okay, really quick, wrapping up.
I hate 'em.
Real quick. From all the pods, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody that's watching. You guys have truly been amazing. Please like or share. We're going to do this every 2 weeks. Different topics, stuff like today. Definitely amazing. For the people, for our 2 guests, thank you guys so much. You guys did
No problem.
amazing.
Yes.
We
Thank
love
you.
you
Gotta have 'em
guys.
back.
Thank you. Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
definitely have them back.
Yeah.
For my co-host, he did amazing. And then one thing that you guys would give to somebody in a breakup, what would you say really quick? In a breakup, how do you heal from it?
Time.
Okay?
Definitely time, and also self-awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, self-gratification, loving yourself in that process.
Definitely.
A lot of
yourself.
people do a lot of
Love
destructing
yourself.
things to themselves when they're
Definitely.
not in love.
Now, and like I said, I think it's going to be definitely self-care for me. Like, learn how to love yourself before you
Definitely.
learn
How to
somebody
love
else.
yourself.
That-
Next,
okay.
in the next 2, oh yeah, you better ask somebody. In the next 2 weeks is going to be sex. So we're going to have some new guests, or we may even have these 2 guests back.
Juicy.
I
So-
like them.
Yeah, I do too. So thank you guys so much. You guys been amazing. We love you guys. Uncomfortable.
Let me find out we gonna be
Topic,
back.
no filter. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
First show.
First show.
Yeah, mics are off.
Okay.
All right, congrats on your first show.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Let me find out we gonna be